Good morning, everybody. Just sitting here and just now hopped on, watched the market. I was a little bit late getting started. Just had to take care of some things this morning. Mostly taking like a huge fucking shit. Will my YouTube load on my phone for God's sake? Okay, it's pulled up now. Still like not certain what I'm looking to do this morning. Um, what I was thinking about last night was going in on Spy because it was down to 390 last night, 391, and then pre-market low we hit 387. I'm considering looking at a long position at 385. I'm actually kind of surprised at the indicators looking not looking like oversold, because I mean that's a big drop from yesterday. Yes, not yes. Well, yeah, yesterday's highs to today's lows. Um, I guess for some reason the pre-market movement kind of maybe messed with the indicators. It's hard to tell. Pre-market can be kind of funny. So I'm still holding out on buying any calls here for a swing up to like uh maybe even 390, 391. I'm gonna wait and see if once Fed news gets done, Fed meetings, that we can see a significant drop and then a chance to enter in for a reversal. I'm thinking that the reason I think 385 would be worth doing, it's not really that complicated. Um, Let me open this up on the weekly. Just because like 385 sits right around here. It's probably a little more pronounced on the daily chart. Um, but I have my three windows up here. It's kind of hard to see. It's really crowded. Let me see if I can turn off my studies. Yes, 385 has some support here. There's a bounce here. There's a bounce right here. And I think even if you come back a little bit of ways, you can find another long wick here and one here as well. There's of course been a lot of gaps coming up and down, but that's just mostly been from overnight action. Also, I believe, yeah, so this dashed red line right here I've highlighted, this is the 200 moving average. Um, and that is now sitting around 385.46. So when we can see, like, here's an example here of the daily bouncing off of the 200 moving average, and even getting to the next day, having some green action. Another bounce here on the 200 moving average. There's a gap above the 200 moving average. There's also resistance moments here too. So if we close close below tomorrow or today, I might even consider trying to short if we meet resistance at 200 moving average. There's an open and a close above the 200. I'm looking for more bounces. Now there's an open and close above 200, open and close above. I mean, there's just a lot. There's an opportunity for the 200 moving average to deliver some profit and support. Of course, it would be a fairly long wick. Actually, really not that long. But move down to 385, we would be looking at least another like percent. Let's calculate that real quick just to see kind of how realistic that is. 389 minus 385 is 4. So we'd be looking at like 1.5% drop, 1.5% to 1.7. Which would it be? I don't think that would be too absurd. I mean, we've moved down from Tuesday high from 400 to 389. That's about 3.5%. So another 1.5%, I think, would probably give us precedence for a bounce. Oh, I need to fucking sneeze. God damn it, man! I can feel it just disappear. That's the worst. Looking at Tesla, I don't have any like specific price I'm looking for. If I want to short Tesla, maybe this 122 level. If we're looking at playing the moving average. We are, as far as I know, overbought on the 1, the 5, and the 15. And I'm still convinced that SPY is going to drop some more. But I really would like to see if Tesla could get like very overbought here. I wouldn't want to go in right now. Always potential for a lot of buying. Yeah, I think, yeah, actually this was the number I was looking at. I said and I hit it in the pre-market was 125.50. And you can see we did make a bounce off of 125.50. So let's look at the hourly. There might be a moving average on the hourly chart. We're already above the 200 MA. I'm gonna have to span this to change the price axis. It's actually above its other moving averages at the moment too. So I would say Tesla might already be kind of overextending itself, but let's wait and see if we get a 1 hour candle close above 130. I want to see if we can like pay closer to like the 15-minute to see where things are going. Because I'm feeling like SPY is going to have a bad day. So we'll throw a few $100s at SPY puts here at some point. We're gonna wait though. We might wait for like 131. WAC 131, about $2. We would be looking at close to 2%. 2% green. And if that happened, I would actually want to see if we could hold that put to 125. Let's check the options chain. One day they expire, so you know we don't need much to move. Every dollar is going to be about 25% movement. We can also see that the 130 area, at least on the 15-minute time frame, we have the 200 moving average right here. So that could be a moment where we see kind of a pushback. We can also look at Tesla news too. Just a lot of nothing news from analysts. Tesla, we did struggle to break that 130, but it's still very early in the morning. That's why I'm looking for 131, 132. If I'm going to make an entrance to buy put, because this could easily just be an entry, or this could easily be just minor fake outs, profit taking in the morning. For anyone that bought pre-market lows here, I want to blame them for selling and getting out. They had an opportunity for like a 2% gain in less than 15 minutes. It's like AMD. So semiconductors are up to the day. Down 3%. Closing on the low of the 30-minute candle. Let's look at the daily chart. There might be an opportunity here. Daily's still like very overbought though. So this might just be a much needed fall. Hard to say it that that's gonna be able to fight that 200 moving average. What I might do here for AMD is look for a return to 60, let's say 69.2, the high of day. Let's sit here and watch this for a minute. Because based off this daily movement and, well, hourly is very oversold. Very oversold. Very low RSI here. At 5. What's the AMD news? Nothing really super negative. Let's just wait a bit. We might actually just do a flip on AMD right now. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame's also oversold. Next major resistance here. Let's wait for this. Let's wait for the 50 MA. 67.99. We'll buy a call right there about 68. I'll still keep tests on the side here because, like I said, I'm looking for a 125.5 entry. And if I'm going to flip for AMD at 68, we'll set up on the 1 DTE 68 calls. '68's not too far. So like I said, for Tesla today, looking for calls at 125, looking for puts at 130, and AMD, I don't really have a place where I want to go, where I want to buy puts, but I'm gonna say my call entry is gonna be somewhere around 68. I watch AMD on the side here. Tesla making another push for high of day. The 15-minute. Oh no, this is a 4-hour chart. So 4-hour chart's not overbought, really. 15 minutes still is though. We're getting closer to that 15-minute 200 moving average. 130.06. And that would be about where the 1 minute Bollinger Bands would get a breakthrough, and then we would possibly see that subsequent crash. Yeah. Our typical early morning movement, as in nothing. Sorry, I gotta reset TOS. TOS has this like awkward bug where occasionally it will just um, it will fail to let me zoom in on the axis of one of the windows. It just kind of gives up. See, now I can do it. As I mentioned before, you know, there's always an opportunity that will come up, right? Like I would love to, um, you know, buy some puts here on Tesla at 130, but you know this drop from, I mean, I was looking for like 130 break, but I mean we already had a great movement of a dollar and a half from there, and you know what can you do? All we do now is just wait for our reversal opportunity we're looking for on the downside. So we're gonna catch for Tesla to hit 125.5 to buy calls. So we won't touch calls until it gets down to that point. Right now, AMD we're looking for 68. AMD had a fair amount of red candle action on the 1 minute. I said with the 15 minute is still very uh, oversold, but we want to see it go lower. I think as we mentioned on the daily time frame, we're looking at a moving average sitting at 68. $68, 67.5, you know? Once we hit 68, we're gonna start trying to catch the bid. So we're gonna keep a close eye on this. I'm gonna take a pee real quick. I gotta blow my nose too. AMD getting me a little excited here. It feels like it wants to break below 68.25. Tesla hurting right now. I think this is going to hit lows before AMD does. Oh, I don't know what. It's got to be allergies or something, man. A nice bounce off the 5-minute candle there. Though I wouldn't say that was bullish. Right on the 200 moving average as well. Scoping out AMD again, making another retest of lows. How far down it goes, nobody knows. We're hoping for 68. Let's also look at Meta. Haven't done a trade on Meta at all. Meta might be looking pretty overbought. And it's overbought on the daily charts. Let's look at the 30-minute. 30-minute overbought. So any Meta news? Nothing substantial. One-minute Bollinger is being pushed out. I haven't really traded Meta before, so I'm not sure how this will move. But let's do a Meta put. I literally told Streamlabs to stop giving me alerts for drop frames, and it still does it. Win software. All right, let's go and buy a Meta put here. We'll buy 3 contracts. I'm just basing that off of looking at the 1, the 5, the 15, the 30, the daily, all showing oversold. So we'll see. There could be an opportunity where we can catch some downward volatility. I'm not seeing any news from Meta 2 that's really that substantial. So we got what, 3 contracts? Okay. I think Meta's almost doubled from the bottom this last 2 weeks too. Oh my god, it's so strong this 1 minute. Down 40. We'll still hold. It's early day, and these are 1 day to expire, so they're gonna move quickly. We'll have to hope that there's not like another leg up, like 30, 40 cent move, which can happen on these like really bullish indicators. Sometimes get bot. It's either they get bot or you get lucky and it's just like a massive fucking red dick down. But you don't know until after you get into the trade. From down 40 to down 9. Shit 10, I'm looking at Tesla. I got some marks for it. Right now I'm looking at Meta. I just pulled over to it and saw that all the time frames from the 1 to the daily were all overbought. So I decided to buy in. I just bought puts like right here at 135.46. I bought for 132. Now they're up 2 pennies. I decided to see if we might be able to get like a push down the VWAP here, like 134. $1.50 move. It'd be pretty significant. Right now for Tesla, I'm looking at 125.5 for calls, and I'm looking at 68 for AMD calls. And then SPY, I'm looking at 385. AMD's kind of an odd duck right now in the market too. AMD's the only one that's really sitting up, while SPY's down, Tesla's down, AMD's down. So Meta being an outlier, this could be a good opportunity for a put. I'm not seeing any news on Meta too that's significant. So, and we could just get surprised. We could just sit here on these puts and it just sucks, Or not, actually. Going pretty good so far. We're up $16.50. We'll see how strong this 5-minute close is. Really watching this 15-minute candle up here. Like this is up right now. But it can always go higher, This next 1-minute candle is going to determine where we go, I think. I want to see it lose 135. I think that would be significant. AMD also just broke 367. Or broke into 67, rather. I'm not gonna cut the AMD just yet. You know, it might just be retesting the 68 level. We'll sit and watch this meta. These movements on this option will be really good too. If we can get like a dollar move, it's gonna be great. Probably $150 return. But you know, you never know. We'll see. I'm scared of holding this 0.3 level here. I like to see a clean break. Tesla's about $1 away from what I'm looking for calls too. Like I said, you can see AMD or Meta's a complete outlier today. Only one that's been green so far. So let's see if it's gonna follow the rest of the market. How much are we still up on these? $7.50. Not down yet. Just hope that Meta loses some momentum here. I like to see it just fucking crater. If it does, I mean, it's 1 minute's gonna be glorious. I don't want to be overly optimistic about this entry, but um, there's just a lot kind of lighten up here with Meta. At least from my own biased interpretation. Is this a real drop? We will see. I'm hoping to see this candle actually follow through and not get completely engulfed. Tesla and AMD also falling very near or below my entry points. But I'm feeling like if we're seeing a fall in these, then Meta's going to have to follow with it, or is likely to. So I don't want to necessarily exit my position and go into these. I want to wait and see what happens in Meta. Let's see if we lose 135 and then we'll sell. Okay. We sold for $78 profit. And then we'll like rest of the day we'll see how much lower it goes, you know. That's I think really what determines how good of an entry one had is what potential what potential outcome there was. You know, I like to see more often than not, like, was my potential outcome going to wreck me, or was there way more money to be made? So, like, right now we sold those, bought for 132, sold for 158, still seeing at 158 mark. You know, and these are 1 DTE, so this like playing with fire. All right, Meta. Not Meta, but Tesla. Oh, look at Meta, still dropping. 166. Oh, it's out like on 30 bucks, maybe more. So I'm actually more interested in AMD than I am Tesla, if I'm being honest. All right, let's enter this AMD trade. Let's buy 5 calls. AMD's just very oversold on a lot of indicators. These expired January 23rd too, so they got some time on them. Is market closed tomorrow? I don't know. Let's go to like let's take this $7. How much did I buy them for? What was my mark? 49. Let's go ahead and take this profit. $10. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really feel good about that entry. Like, I was looking at the 5-minute indicators. 1 minute was like already kind of running up to get into the overbought territory, and I was just like, no, I'm straight. I'll take what I can get, you know. But I mean, we're already at $88 profit for the day. So look at that AMD mark, dropped down to 0.645 or 0.465. I saw 0.51. There might be see, and that's the thing. There could be an opportunity for me to re-enter that position, but it's just not necessary to keep holding on to it. They just didn't feel like the right entry point. You know, it's still really early in the day. Like there's still a lot of room for things to fall, which means there's opportunity to buy things for a lower price. Even like say with Meta, I would re-enter a Meta put option, but I'm gonna wait to see if it makes another retempt for its highs. So if Meta comes up to, let's write down a note. If Meta goes to let's just be conservative here and let's say 137. If Meta goes to 137, I will buy some puts. Because, obviously Meta is acting different than the rest of the market today. There's no it does not have to necessarily go down. It could just be propping up QQQ. So we can hold off. Yeah, I mean we can hold off on buying puts until I think it goes into kind of ridiculous territory. And I could re-enter to an AMD call here at some point, but I'm gonna wait for maybe 67. Just like really wait for it to bottom out, because like the 15-minute is still like 15 minutes very oversold, 30 minutes ridiculously oversold. I don't think the daily's oversold though. Daily's overbought. Like I said, there's still like a lot of room for it to keep pulling down just based off the hourly charts. But we look here, we actually have some support at 67. So that could be the number that people are looking for. 65.5, 67. Big wicks at 67. So that's probably where we're gonna wait to re-enter into a call. But yeah, $88 profit so far today. I'd say that's pretty solid. I haven't lost anything. Those AMD calls are now at a loss from where I bought them. Meta still in a profit. Actually, now sitting at where I sold them. So, for the time being, I'm doing well. Tesla, even here, and I look at the 15-minute RSI, I would probably want to wait even further than 125.5. I might even wait for like 120, 122, just based off the 15-minute. 125 is the lower Bollinger Band, but it could still fall down like $2 more from there. It might. Oh, that's not really a lot. Look at this, like this 15-minute candle. We had a $3 move in 15 minutes, so it's entirely feasible. It's like a solo. Not that I buy options on solo. It's just my stock, but still below $1, incrementing down, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm long on solo. I can actually buy back my call options now for $150 from the $2,400 I sold them for. I feel like that'd be a waste of money, though. Money's not that far off, and I'm not really sensing it's going to be above $1 by Monday close. Just let it burn out, not waste any money. And, if it closes and sells at $1, I'm making a profit, so I'm happy with that. A lot of perma bulls, on solo. I understand why. I'm a big fan of this stock and the company. I think it has a lot of potential. But, when you move up $1, look at these meta options. Getting wrecked now. It's back at the 134.5. See, I knew there was going to be a very good chance that it was going to continue to run. So that's why I got out. I didn't want to be a pig. Daily chart on solo, right? I mean, you can see like 0.57, that's about where I bought my stock. Ran up to 108, and this is exactly where I sold call options, dude. It's crazy how good my timing was. And we've fallen like 10-20% since then. I wish I would have sold further out, but the premium difference wasn't really that big. And I frankly believe that there could be another squeeze coming up, right? Like that. This is what my assumption is that we have this parabolic run, a doubling in the stock price, and then we're gonna have a pullback of 10-20% over about a week, and then next week after, we could see potentially another run up to $2, $4 a share. But quite frankly, like that's pennies to me. I'm expecting this to hit $4 or $5 a share. Don't know when. I can't predict the future, but it's gonna be at some point. Back to watching Meta. Would like to kind of come back to re-entering Meta. We see 136 was a big point of rejection for Meta yesterday. It opened at 136, ran to 136.9, and then just flushed. It's also well above its upper Bollinger Band. It's very, very much overbought. There's no denying that. But you can't deny that bullshit happens, and you know it could still run. But I mean, we did good. Like, you know, we bought like here and we sold, you know, right around here. We captured most of that movement. But we're gonna wait for it to um, eclipse that and go break past 136 before we enter again. Yeah, increase my total cash value by 2.78% just this morning. Overall portfolio is down 2.87%, but that a lot of that is just from my solo shares dropping um, like a little over 20 cents, which is like $6,000. You know, I hedged $2,800 of that, close to half. I had close to half of that drop, which is fine with me for the short term. I'm not expecting that drop to be permanent. Look at Meta, man. Meta obviously pissed it off some bears. Like, that's the thing about this, man. You would have thought, seeing all these indicators, that, you know, we're supposed to not stop here, but maybe just like fucking just rip down, you know? That doesn't happen as often as you'd hope. Speaking of ripping down, AMD. You know, we gotta be careful in entering AMD because the daily chart is still overbought. So we're looking for quick reversals. You know, we're gonna get in and out. We're not gonna sit here and hold for that long. So let's be calculated about entering into AMD. Let's check the 30-minute chart. I mean, 30-minute chart has just ripped. I mean, it's gone below just every indicator. Look at the movements of these AMD calls too. They've dropped like more than half since open. And we haven't had a good opportunity for buying in AMD. We've been very, very blessed to just stay out of buying so far. Question is, how long do you want to stay out? It really depends. Like I said, I'm comfortable waiting until we hit 67. I don't really want to touch it until then. And even Tesla, like right, we're looking at the 30-minute chart. Like I'm still looking for like 122 for a call entrance. It still feels too bearish for me to get in. So that's what I'm gonna stick to. 67 for AMD entrance for calls. Tesla 122 and Meta 137. I mean, it's not like, we're not in a hurry. We've already had a couple good trades. We're up. What was it? 80 something dollars. 88. We're not down. We're not down. That's all that matters. We're not down because we've been patient about our entries and we've been quick about our exits. So we're making money. Again, all these would have been red. Well, especially this AMD call, it would have been down already 50%, which is insane. That's scary. Almost 50%, like 40. The Facebook put would still be green, but of course I sold it for more than it's worth now. Well, it changed very quickly since Facebook now broke 134 again. And there you go, Tesla broke 125. As I expected. Trust me, I'm tempted to enter Tesla now. Don't ask me why. Why no, I shouldn't. This 30 minute, it still feels like there's more room to drop. I would like to get in one more good trade. It's just end the day at like 200-300 bones. Yesterday we profited 100, 100, 170, 150. Today we're at 88. Last week is actually a really good week. I profited 470, not including my call options that I sold. Include that, that's actually close to $3,000. It's over $3,200 in the last couple of weeks. But a lot of that, most of that is from selling call premium. So I'm not gonna cap and say that's from day trading options. The day trading options has been a much lower percentage. It's still money, but for me, selling the options feels like a much safer form of income. Considering in the long run, I intend to hold my stock, but I accurately bet on a pullback. No new shipments. So I actually, even with Electromechanica, I do track the shipments of vehicles coming in, and it's kind of crazy. Like I think so far for this quarter, so for Q1, I think we've already set ourselves up for like $6.5 million in revenue, which is fucking awesome. I'm really expecting that this stock to hit $2 this year, and I'm hoping that I can collect some good premium along the way. I've already collected 2,400. I would like to see it hit like $1.50 before I sell more calls against it. But by that point, you're probably looking at like 5,000-6,000 in premium. My ultimate goal with trading these options and selling calls is to just kind of outweigh the weighting of my stock, because my stock in this company is significant. I got $31,000 invested into them. So whatever I can do to increase my cash balance and my dry powder, whether to buy more stock if it falls or just to kind of hedge myself more or less. I mean, obviously the best option would be to sell the stock, reduce my exposure, but exposure isn't always a bad thing. Exposure can be, you can have exposure to upside. Not having, it's not always wrong it's not always wrong to have skin in the game. But I guess you can always put too much skin in, as long as your skin's covered. I actually did the right thing, holding off for 125.5. You know, I've been watching since 125.5, but I had a feeling in my gut. I mean, there was still like a decent ride. I think if I got it at 125.5, you know, I would have sold out here. But past experiences tells me like it's best just to avoid going in on your first, you know, on your first price target. Like 124.5, I might. Because I mean that's also where this lower Bollinger Band, the 30-minute chart is sitting. You know, I might. By like a couple 126 contracts. Actually, no, probably by 125.5. I don't want to go too far out the money. It is nice to see, like, you know, we did cut and run from that AMD call option, and even then, going into that, I told myself, right, daily chart still very overbought. I don't think this could like reverse as well as I would like, but Meta's still like a profit from where I bought it on that put option. And that one I had a lot of conviction on because of the daily being overbought, the 30-minute, the hour, the 5, the 15, the 1. Everything was lighting up on that one. But as we can see, I still refuse to sit and hold for longer than necessary, you know? When I made I made $78 profit. That was from 3 contracts. That was pretty close to $400. You know, that's a decent return. That's 20%. Made that in 15 minutes. I think Meta, yeah, the option's out 165. Look at that. 165.5. Love to see it. Oh, nice. Come on, Tesla. Get fucked. Let's see if we get to 124. Let's quick chart this one. You know, obviously a lot can happen very quickly with these. You know, if we get down to 124 and back, or 124, get back up to 125, it'd be pretty significant profit. Oh my god, Meta, no. It keeps dropping. Look at that money I left on the table. That's almost another 60 bucks. Let's see if we can get Tesla to fall down to 124. That's the 5-minute Bollinger Band. Lower Bollinger Band. That's also going to be below the 30-minute Bollinger Band by 50 cents. Yeah, 124. I think that's going to be our entrance. Let's look at the 15-minute. 15 minutes still has a lot of room to fall. Interestingly enough, I think that some of that might be from pre-market. But why not? Let's just wait for 124. If we can get a good trade here on Tesla, man, I'm gonna pause for the day. I'm gonna go to the sauna. That's what I'm feeling right now. Come on, baby, 124, 124. Oh, look at Meta, still dropping. Volatility's kind of dying off a little bit in those Meta contracts, though. I think. You know, like I said, I sold for like 40 cents less on Delta Move, and got $1.58. Now it's at $1.69. You know, that's why it's nice to just cut out as soon as you can. Earlier the better. As soon as you capture that move, it could be that could be it. And if you could be stuck holding the bag. You never want to be stuck holding the bag. Give the bag to someone else. This is a game of financial hot potato. Let's see how bad the meta chart looks now. Yeah, like I said, I bought like right here. That's where we're at. I sold right down here, I believe. Beautiful. Hope wherever I sold those contracts to. Hope you're making money. Yeah, I'm waiting for 124 for Tesla. 124 is all. We also had a spring from 124 on Monday, or Tuesday rather. Rest in peace, anyone holding Tesla calls. Not that I know why you would. After it ran what 30% from 100. That was obviously the place to buy calls. Man, I really need to get better at priming myself up for those kind of like those opportunities where you need to sit there and buy like 6 month out contracts. Because that 30% move on a, you could have gone so far out the money with it. 30%, 6 months out, it took like 2 weeks to go up 30%. I mean, God, you would have been up like 400% in 2 weeks. I guess I wouldn't have to really buy like a ton of contracts. I could buy 2 or 3 of them. I mean, that far out, they'd be pretty dirt cheap. So where we at from bottom to top right now? 254 to 284. It's already moved like 12%. Not bad. The reason I'm still staying out of this trade too is just this 15-minute indicator. I'm looking forward to break below this 15-minute Bollinger Band and to hit oversold, which I feel like that's gonna put us around 124 or 123.5 before we try to go in for a call reversal. Another low day, come on. Yes, 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 yes. Looking for 124, 123.5. Let's just remind ourselves. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. You see, 30 minutes still has It's not oversold. I do think there's room for a big dick move. Why bear you not playing puts if you know that it will hit maybe 123x? Because because I don't know how low it's gonna go. You know what I mean? I'm looking for extremes on my indicators. So I'm looking for basically everything up to like my hourly indicator telling me that I'm oversold. So I'm looking for Bollinger Band breakthroughs on my 5, my 30, my hourly. I'm looking for RSIs to go oversold. Even 15 minutes not oversold yet. But just because it's not oversold doesn't mean it can't go up. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like at any point now, it could go up. But my point is I want to buy, I want to capture the best possible reversal. So I'm looking for moments where I just feel like selling is exhausted. Right? Like, why didn't I buy puts here? Right? At 130. Well, I'll tell you why. Because the other charts, right? It said it was overbought on the 30. It said it was overbought on the on the 15. It said it's overbought on the 5. But I'm sure there's some indicator here telling me it wasn't overbought. See, look at the 30. 30 minute did not say overbought. That's really all. That's why I haven't bought any puts, because my 30 minute is not telling me what I want to hear. I'm not seeing overbought on 30. So that tells me nothing. It doesn't tell me if I'm going up or going down. Yeah. Yeah, and it's true, because a lot of times I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for these big drops to happen to buy calls. It is kind of funny because I'm watching like these 6-point moves happen, and I'm only getting into an entrance where I might be trying to capitalize on 50 cents. But the only reason I do that is because I don't care about trying to capture a 7% move I can't or I'm not trying to capture a $7 move on Tesla I can't predict. I'm trying to capture 50-cent moves on Tesla that I feel like I can predict 100% of the time. Because that's always going to be making me more consistently profitable. You can't compound money doing what I'm doing if you are consistently losing. Because, you know, if you look at the 30-minute chart, or not, well, the 15-minute would have told you because there could be some pullback. But the 30-minute chart might have told you, like, hey, you know, we can still keep going up. I mean, I think that would have been a really, like, noob move. Like, noob trader would have done that. But, yeah, let's go to AMD. AMD's still toppling here. So, the thing with AMD right now for me is AMD is oversold on almost every indicator except for the daily. So I'm really sitting here thinking like we could get some kind of like return to the moon, possibly with AMD. I don't know why AMD is getting bullied so hard today. I don't see any news for it, but it could just be pulling back from its daily run, because it is overbought in the daily charts. I told myself that my number for AMD is going to be 67. And we're still not there yet. Why 67? I don't know in particular. I think it's just because AMD's been getting really hit hard today. And on a short time frame, like 30 minutes and below, we're very oversold. But because of the daily chart being as potentially bearish as it is, I think today could just be an overall flush out. But so I want to be very careful about when I try to enter AMD. So I'm going to look for 67 and below. because we're already down almost 5% on AMD for the day. So actually, 67 will be close to 5%. I feel like that would be like there would have to be some sort of volatile movement up. You know, like we're looking for something like this, like one of these moves. Maybe half a dollar. You know, this is like a 20% return right here. Boom. But what I'm afraid of is getting caught in one of these. You know, just continuous downward shit slides. Those Tesla calls are up $50 from the bottom. You know, I was considering buying at that 124.4. Is that what that was? But like for me, like 123 is like a sure number for Tesla right now. You know, because I'm not ever interested in holding my positions as long as possible. I'm not ever interested in buying at these kind of like bear rallies, you know, where you get a drop and then you get like, you know, this 10-20% rise and then it falls off the cliff of the face of the fucking earth. I'm not interested in those entries. I'm interested in entries that I can look back on later in the day and see that I missed out on money. Those are the entrances that I really personally like. Because like this Tesla call, this goes from 247 to 3, and I never capitalized on it. I think, you know, that does suck. But if it goes from 243 to you know, $1.50 in an hour, well, I didn't miss out really on anything, did I? Because for me, it's about trying to establish a consistent strategy of profitability that can be replicated by myself, like time and time again. I don't want to develop a habit or personality of getting into mildly interesting opportunities that are only 50% successful. I want them to be, you know, 85% chance of profitability. Because it's kind of crazy. Like, if you look at probability theory and, you know, how much you have to risk to reward and how many times, you know, if your chances of failure are like, you know, less than like 0.9, or if your chances of success are less than 0.9, it's kind of crazy like how little money like you need to invest in order to sustain a profitable, and not only invest but manage your losses, because it's not like you want to throw $300 in and then, you know, that there's just because there's only 10% chance that you lose that money, you want to just like run it to the ground. You still have to manage your exit, because if you're only landing like a 5 to 15% return on every entry with that $300, it's gonna take multiple successful attempts for you to like break even on that $300, and you're not going to, like, if you're not managing your exits and your entrances. It's like I said before, like your when you buy in, that's more important than when you exit. And if you're not managing, like when you cut and run from you cut your losses, like your losses are more important than your wins, because you can lose 100%, but you can only win, you know, a undetermined amount. It's whatever the market gives to you, and you don't know what that's going to be. Hence why, like, cutting your losses early and managing your risk is more important than profit. I still watching these meta options again because I want to see like how well I could have done. Right, we can see here like I have not made really any uh I have not missed out really anything on AMD. You know, like in over the long term, there has not been a absolute substantial upright movement. Uh, it has just been, you know, a little hump here and then downward. That's what we want to avoid. I want to get into a an entrance that is down and up. Might pull back a little bit, but I want to look back into the day and see, you know, that hey, I could have made a 200% return if I was patient. I could have made a 50% return, but I never want to look back at it and be like, damn, I could have lost everything. Because for me, that scares me. That just tells me that whatever, but that there was something that I was missing. It's a learning opportunity. If I do get to that point where I look back and I see like there could have been an absolute like flush out, then I'm gonna look back and see, you know, what I did wrong. And not that I really do it that often. I mean, I've been doing this for such a long time. Uh, you know, close to I would say 3 years now. Um, but like regularly, you know, that I've already learned a lot of my lessons. So now this is really just a moment of me applying them. Because I really really got away from options trading for like over a year, just because I had a really really hard time of managing my emotions, uh, and my expectations with day trading. But if I'm being honest, I feel like I got through a lot of that. But the bread's in the proof is in the pudding. So we just have to sit and watch and see how often I'm, you know, able to replicate profit. That's why I always say this is not financial advice. The reason I'm excited for a 67 entry is if you look at the 5 minute, we've had like a couple candlesticks down. We had a little fake rally, another waterfall down, and then this is probably like the third or fourth 5 minute candle where we're looking at rejections. So I'm hopeful that if we get like one more rejection on this 5 minute trend that we're seeing, that's going to be the right opportunity. And again, Meta, if Meta wants to make a retest of those highs, I'm always down to try to go back in and fight it. Yeah, I'm still waiting to see if it wants to come back up to 136. Because I'm not going to trust it for a second. There's still a lot of time in the day for it to try to make another 10 to 136, but then just like get rejected. Another reason I'm not super excited to enter into AMD is, just looking at the quick chart here, the bid ask spread is just always just ass on AMD. At least if you're looking at like a short term hold, they're not nearly as liquid as Meta or Tesla. Like those Meta options respond to movements very, very quickly and they have good spread. But AMD, there's like a 3 cent difference happening right now. So if you decide that if you're caught in a big movement and you're trying to sell at market, you can lose out like on 2 to 3% very easily. But Meta is not the case. I mean, you can really, really get down to like a 1% loss, and then that can add up over several trades if you're trying to sell at market. All right, I'm gonna grab some water real quick. See, let's wait and see if Meta can come back up to a good stopping point. Tesla may be facing some pain here. Five-minute chart not looking that great. We got the Roto-Rooter here. Let me see if Zach's got a truck too. Wants to go in my backyard. Yeah, he's got a truck. I guess I can trust him. So again, Tesla looking for a break below 124. I knew you were gonna come in this room. Come here, Apollo. I knew it. I just knew it. There's no doubt in my mind whatsoever. As soon as you knew I was in here, you want to come see what's up. Oh, I am sleepy. I'm ready to get another, like just one more trade in. Go hit the sauna, get some lunch, take a nap before I gotta work this evening. Oh, wait. Oh, for some reason I thought Meta was at 134. No, it's at 135. Yeah, look at those puts. You know, even though it's still a dollar below where I bought them, like they're just losing a lot of volatility in theta. The theta decay is real. It adds up. You know, these were like $1.78 like 30 minutes ago, and now they're $1.40. That's why it just does not pay to hold these options, especially as you get closer to expiration. You know, I buy weekly, so you know we're talking about today. These have 1 day of expiration left on them. You're only holding these if you're just a degenerate. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Haven't traded any Apple calls or puts. I love when they give you little headbutts. Look at those AMD calls. Man, I should have got... I waited for 67. But it's up almost 30% from that bottom. What a great play. If I would have gotten in. I was planning to put in $400. Would have been like $120 profit. Maybe more by now. I don't know if I would have held up to this point, though. That's a big green dick. I get the feeling we're going to see the same energy come over to Meta. Hopefully. I'm really ready to short this again. I just have a feeling like this is going to be a great opportunity to buy a put. To re-enter on the put. It's crazy. Those puts are $1.34. They're still break even from where I bought them. So as you can see on the 5-minute upper Bollinger Bands, these are really good indicators for a push up, a good pullback. Like over here at 135, we broke past the 5-minute upper Bollinger Band, and you can see that like there was this like almost dollar drop from that point. So for this, we're looking at 135.67, which would put us very close to retesting the high of 135.8. So that's why I'm looking for, I think I wrote down 137. I just feel like there could be like another rally after 136 and just one of those kind of like really fucking like just like fucky, you know, like poking at you bull runs where it's just going up, 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 you know. Every time it's like a little tick down, it ticks back up. So I think that's why I settled on 137. 137 is also like slightly above this third standard deviation from the VWAP, and it's not very common for you to break past that that region this late in the day. Those AMD calls are up almost 40%. That's crazy, man. Waited too long to get into that. But there's always another opportunity. Let's wait for, let's see if Meta can get us a little overextended action. Let's set up a chart with the 136 puts and hope that these go out of the money. Those AMD calls too that I bought are almost back to break even when I bought them. So that's kind of nice to see that even if I got into the trade, I still could have like at least made my money back. Almost. It's still down like 8 cents. Watch this 1 minute chart for Meta on the left. You can see it's doing exactly what I was expecting. Just kind of breaking through the Bollinger Bands, but then still ticking up. I'm expecting it to break past high of day. but I'm not expecting it to hold. And Tesla, man, same thing. I was so like it came so close to my entry point. I was looking for like 124 flat, but it's moving great. Same thing, AMD. I was 25 cents off. It's like usually how it goes. I'm always like 25 cents off my mark. That's why I'm open with Meta. I have a feeling, a gut feeling. I don't know how useful that is. That I won't miss Meta. Um, I have a feeling like I'm on the ball here with 137. It feels like it's gonna be like another one of these 15-minute candles. Um, just like a $1.50 movement, and then we'll have an opportunity to strike. Oh yeah, look at Tesla puts as the trend is red and overall. Um, no, not really. Um, not like at this very moment, no, because nothing is overbought on Tesla. Um, on like my short term time frames, it's all just kind of sitting in the middle. It's hanging in the middle. It could go anywhere. I mean, we could look at like 30-minute time frame. Same thing. It's just sitting. You know, it could still reclaim all of this loss through the day. It could go on another bull run. You know, daily chart is not telling me anything. It's not telling me if it's going to go down or up. You know, this RSI sitting at 60. That's actually, it could just be overall strength for Tesla. Um, I've mentioned before. I think my um the next place that I would want to try to overall short Tesla would be like 156. At the this is the, I believe, the 50 moving average. Yeah. And this is the 20 right here. But you know, all my movements are intraday, so I look for I do look for the daily chart to reinforce that movement. Like for example, like with Meta, right? Like Meta is heavily overbought on the daily chart. You can see like here what happened when Meta was overbought on the daily, right? It still had an opportunity to move up, but like this peak here around 80 RSI, the next like 2 to 3 days it dropped. And it, you know, even though it was still overbought here, look at this. Like you could have bought some puts, but it moved it moved 9% in one day. And even back here, overbought, still kept moving up. But you know, this is just one piece of the pie. This is one piece of the puzzle. This is just telling me that there's potential that momentum is running out, and that could reflect on how we trade intraday. And like once I see this is overbought on a daily time frame, You know, I start breaking it down and I start looking at hourlies. Hourly to give me an idea of what's going to happen over 30 minutes. You know, hourly is not saying overbought. It's saying it's strong. Like a 61 RSI is just an indicator of strength. But we are well past its upper Bollinger Band. Well past it on the hourly. And then actually no, I'm sorry. No, that's just the bottom. We're not above the upper Bollinger Band. But, you know, that's sitting at around 136, 137, which is, again, like where I'm saying, like, there could be a pullback. 137 might not even be possible. It might actually, 136 could be, like, the number that we need to aim for. You know, and then if we come to the 30-minute chart, 30-minute chart is very overbought, right? But just like on the daily chart we saw, that's not necessarily an indicator that has to fall. It's just reinforcing that. We can also see on the 30-minute chart, like the volume here is dropping. Volume's almost going. It's getting dry. So, you know, this move, if it does move another dollar on as the volume's decreasing, it could be meaning that the bulls are running out of steam. Let's say I have a very strong feeling Amazon will fall next because next layoffs. An overall market feeling not just based on charts, but on market sentiment, technical access, and the company. So let me add to that by looking at Amazon just very quickly. And based off what you're saying, you're talking about market sentiment. We have to look at daily charts or even weekly, because I think when you're talking about sentiment, it's important to look at the broad chart. You know, like if you look at Tesla over this range, weekly charts oversold. How would you buy puts, or what would be your strategy? So this is a 3-year chart on Tesla, and we see on the weekly here, weekly time frame. I mean, we're down like 50% from its highs, right? Well below all of its moving averages. RSI is oversold, which on a weekly indicator is definitely a good time to be buying into like a long position. But that also has to coincide with what you're saying with market strategy. We say market sentiment, and market sentiment especially. AMD or Amazon is just going to follow the broader market. If you believe a recession is around the corner, it might be a good opportunity to hold back, because there could be some bad quarters coming up for Amazon, right? There could be decreased revenues. It could impact the company in a negative light. But Amazon has so many different sectors of business, and they're in so many industries, that I wouldn't even know how to accurately gauge a long-term trend of Amazon. But just looking at the charts, I would say on the weekly, it's saying it's oversold. And it's not like Amazon's a penny stock. Like, there's definitely a lot of like technical traders within Amazon, I'm certain. And this isn't one of those stocks that's just gonna like cut in 50%, say oversold the weekly, and then you buy in, it's gonna drop another 50%. I kind of doubt that's gonna happen. So and all this too, is to say, it can just depend on your time frame of getting in. You know, if your time frame for entering into Tesla or Amazon is based off a short dated option, then nothing I'm saying really necessarily applies. So if you're talking about buying stock in the long term, yeah. And the reason I don't buy anything on Amazon, like I don't buy Amazon stock, is I don't really use Amazon, and I don't know what I don't know like how to. I don't know. I'm just not like I'm not an investor in Amazon. I feel like the time to be an investor in Amazon, if I'm being frank, dude, maybe a month out. Oh, for buying puts? Oh, I wouldn't buy puts a month out on Amazon, dude. What are you talking about? I just said it was oversold. Calls, yeah. I might buy. I would maybe buy calls a month out. But the daily chart saying, what we're seeing on the daily chart is, let me go back to daily chart. Daily chart looks like it's overbought. 81 moved to almost 100. I mean, it moved almost 20%, but it's cooling off. Yeah, so if I were you, I would wait to kind of take a look at this area here. Look at these wicks. I'm always a big fan of looking at wicks on candles. If you come back a few days here, you can see 87, 88s. We have a lot of strong candle wicks for support. These red days even close above 88. These green days close above 88. It came down to 80, 81, but of course that's where we had that pivot up to 98. I would look at these moving averages maybe as an indicator of where you want to do a bounce. So let's say 90, Amazon 90. But of course, if you're looking for a month, if you're talking a month out, you might be waiting a while, but it's probably the safest thing to do is wait for another opportunity where this daily RSI, really comes down. And even that being said, right, this is not perfect because we went to oversold RSI in the daily chart at 26, and at that point, Amazon's at 84. And then we still waited 1 to 2 weeks before we saw an actual movement you could have benefited from. If you would have bought right when it was said oversold, not only would you lost on Delta, but you would have been waiting. You would have been losing out a lot of premium. So I would maybe wait until there's another oversold opportunity to come up on Amazon. Maybe see if it revisits 81, and it might not. It could be oversold at 87. I think it really just depends. It's not an exact science, but once that happens, don't buy a month out. Maybe wait until it shows oversold, and wait a week or two. Just let these things kind of take their time, and then buy 6 months out or 3 months out. I think if you're talking about options and if you're planning to hold them, you might as well just buy yourself the time. Because I could a company like Amazon could be worth buying long options for because you can get a lot more leverage on the movement. Amazon's such a fucking giant company that the chances of you making significant returns on your investment as a stockholder, I think, is next to zero unless you're waiting for a fire sale. I think anyone that's buying Amazon stock now is stupid. That's just my opinion. Why would you? The ship is gone. And I guess and even if you look at the chart over the course of 3 years, 3 years ago it was at $88 a share. Now it's at 90. And there was a point where it was at 180, but that was in 2020. Everything ran to the fucking moon in 2020. If you're buying stock on a company, find something that's cheap as fuck and has the opportunity to become really expensive. Unless, of course, you're old as fuck and you're just trying to maintain your investment and hopefully collect dividends. But that's why I've got so much. I got a large fucking nut in Solo, SOLO ticker, Luxury Mechanica. I've been red on it for a long time, but I've averaged down. My average down timing this last time was fucking perfect. I'm up. I was up 13 grand on the shares. Now I'm up 11 grand because it's pulled back. But I sold some shares against the calls, against the stock to hedge. I'm not saying go buy a penny stock, but find something that's up and coming and new. If you're looking for stock, if you're looking for options, then play out the technicals. But also just keep in mind quarterly reports coming up. If you're gonna buy a 6 month long contract on Amazon, you might wait until a quarterly report comes out like Q4, Q1 or whatever. I don't know what their calendar looks like, but there's a good chance like Q1 we could be looking at. Q1 won't come out though until um uh like Q4, I think. Like Q4 reports will come out in like March. So Q1 will be like June. I don't know. A lot of people think that Q1. Well, not think. I know that Q1 earnings reports are going to be look bad for a lot of very large companies because of the Red Book and consumer spending reports that have been coming out. And it's no lie that they've been negative. They've showed wholesale prices dropping. So that's probably an indicator that Amazon could be seeing declining revenue. But you don't know. I feel like Amazon isn't stupid. And they're probably also very good at cooking their books. So, I don't know. That's the thing about all this is that a lot of it is just going off of your gut and being ready to brave the weather. It's kind of like setting a ship off at sail. Or setting a ship at sea. Like, you're out there fucking treasure hunting, man, and you all you can really do is make sure that you at the very least you're not setting out your at sea when there's an incoming hurricane. I think that's about the extent that you can try to forecast the future, is just not enter at don't be like that person that buys Bed Bath and Beyond at $30 a share. You know what I mean? Like, look, it's dropped 10%. Anyone that's bought Bed Bath and Beyond in the last, year is a fucking moron. I mean, look at these earnings reports. Like every single quarter, they lose more and more fucking money. They've doubled their losses in like 1 year. And yeah, like look at this. Like this I wouldn't even bought Bed Bath and Beyond at fucking 50 cents. But yeah, I mean, there's an opportunity to go from 127 up to 5.6, 5.8. But dude, I guarantee you, there's no doubt in my mind, people bought at this fucking top right here, and they woke up the next day being down 50% on their investment, and maybe they could have recouped some of their investment here or here. Maybe they could have, I don't know, averaged down. But there's people that didn't go in with a quarter sizing. They went with 100% and they went in with margin. If you are at least smart enough to not be that kind of person, I think you're always going to do better than most in the stock market. And of course, we remember, Bed Bath and Beyond going to $4.84 up to $30 a share. I mean, it's funny. That's the same relative move of this. It's really no different. 127 up to 567. It's a 500% return. And just people will never know better. Like I said, I'm not against small caps. I'm not against penny stocks. Like I said, Electromechanica, this has been one of my holdings for a while, and it's been a rough. It's been a ride. I mean, I'm not saying the company's perfect. It's definitely like moving in the right direction. I'm very, very confident that this year is going to be good for the company. But, I mean, same thing here. Like, I remember buying this company back in 2020 to day trade. I think I bought, like, around... where's 2020 back here? I want to say I bought somewhere around, like, 98 cents and sold for, like, $1.30. Look how much I missed out on. I mean, I had no idea how the market worked. That, I didn't know how short squeezes worked and all that shit. But look at that, ran out with 13.6 a share. I mean, it's fucking crazy. 13x. But I'm not saying I'm smart. Like when I got into buying this, I bought at like $5.50 back in March 21. That was because I looked at this, right? Like I was like, oh, it can't go any lower. But I didn't have any understanding of how much power the Fed had and what quantitative easing and quantitative tightening and all that stuff meant. I just saw like, oh, the stock dropped 50%. Of course, not
not even being mindful of the fact that this company, while like I believe in its long term goals, and I think it has a future ahead of it. Um, it had no fucking sales. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't even like taking a ship out to sea and trying to, see if there's a hurricane on the way. I didn't even have a fucking boat. This company had nothing, and you can just see like how the mighty have fallen. I think I was buying. I was like incrementally buying shares for a while. Like I bought my first lot at 5.5, then I started buying more at 3. I don't think I touched the 2 range, but then I started buying back in between like $1.05 and $1.60. But the majority I bought, literally, dude, bought like down here. I don't even know how I timed it. From 0.57 to 0.7. So like these 2 days here, I started buying up huge amounts of shares. You can see where we're at now, and I sold my calls here. So you guys can say I am confident to say that I've learned my lessons. Like I've done a lot of stupid things in the markets, and now it's taking me this long to start doing something smart for fucking once. Even then, until I can start doing things, until I can start being smart, more days that I was being stupid, then I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because I was stupid for like 2 years, so that's like over 720, let's say 730 days of being a dumbass in the market. So I need to and only that, but like I finally broke even on my Electromechanica shares after almost 2 years of holding it. And that was only because I went balls deep on averaging down. If I didn't average down, I'd still be down like 60% on my shares. All right, so Meta now getting overbought on the 5-minute and watching for that Bollinger Band to push through. 1-minute Bollinger Band push through here, 155.53, 155.66, 155.85 is high of day. So that's what I'm looking for, is a push into 156, maybe 156.5 before I decide to go back in for a put. Ooh, look at that. Boom. That 1 minute just like broke through. Heavy. Now that's causing the expansion on the Bollinger for 5-minute now. And you see, like, these indicators are not perfect. This 15-minute has been overbought the entire time, and it's just been hanging in the air. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I got out of this trade when I did, because shit like this can happen. But I am feeling confident that, like, if we hit like 136, that we're gonna see like a big wick down. Let's see what SPY's doing too, because a lot of this can really just kind of center around SPY. SPY's just like, it's just red sideways. Maybe QQQ's green? No, QQQ's red. So there's really like, again, there's no reason for Meta to be running up. All the indexes are low. There's no news. It's overbought. The only thing I can think of is that there's a lot of people betting against it. So, there's gonna be a lot of these market makers trying to shake out buyers. Maybe it has something to do with Max Payne. Who knows? But like, I'm not gonna enter now, right? Like, every little minute tick that comes in here, you're gonna see some red and think to yourself like, oh, it's gonna go down. This is it. No. Watch it fucking just like push through the fucking stratosphere with a 5-minute candle. That's when I'm getting in. There's been so much opportunity for like to watch these puts just kind of burn. You know, they're losing a lot of value here. So look at that 1 minute. It's just it's bullish. I mean, this just feels strong. When it's pulling back from the 1 minute Bollinger Band and it's getting those little like green buys in, it kind of feels like a moment for like another big push. $5 minutes close to closing an inverted hammer, but 15-minute looks like it could go either way. It's just got I'm not in the business of indecisiveness. But 1.515 is going overbought. So we're gonna give this another dollar move before we jump in. Like I said, I'm hoping this happens soon. I think if we're gonna get a dollar move, it's gonna happen soon. It's gonna be like the next 15 minutes, and get into a trade and get out because I'm ready to be done for the day. I prefer to limit myself to trading like for 3 hours because I feel like 3 hours is gonna encapsulate the majority of your movement in the day. The first 3 hours, and then I don't know. I just feel like once you like 3 or 4 hours in the day, if something's happened, it's happened. If it's not gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But if I mean to say, I guess if you get into your, you get into your trades and you get some good movement, and within 2 or 3 hours of trading, you just need to stop for the day because you're gonna run the risk of over trading, and the less time you're exposed to the markets, the better. I feel like, at least when it comes to options, especially not stock. Stock is different. You want to be exposed with stock, ideally, if you're in the right position. Longer the better. But options, like stock, you can hold forever. There's no time decay with stock. I guess, except for inflation, technically speaking. I didn't realize my camera moved. I was looking at my feed on my phone, and I was like, why can't I see my whole head? I'm curious if all this 5 minute candle gets bought back up. If bulls can buy this 5 minute back up, then it's definitely gonna break this high. I feel like it's just kind of being delayed. But I'm ready to see that happen, just because I do want to enter this. I do want to enter this put position, but this is not a good time to do it. Let's see where it's moved though. 157 to 18. That's 10% or so. 20%. Look at that candle. Come on, Meta. Push it, push it, push it, push it. Oh, man, if I would have bought puts right there at 2-3, I would have been so fucking mad. This is why you stay out. Like, we have a feeling that something isn't worth getting into. It's funny to watch it when you don't have a dog in the fight. Cause that's just hilarious. Like there's no reason for that move, man. Like I don't know, like who's sitting here buying 46,000 shares of fucking or actually that was less than that on lower volume. It's funny. Think about too. That was like 27,000 shares of fucking Meta. Is Tesla flying? Oh, sorry. I spelled Tulsa in full. I want to say Tesla's... I mean, maybe. From the bottom that I missed, yes. I was waiting for 124 flat to buy in. It's moved to like $2. Yeah, I mean, I obviously... I really did miss out on that. Because, I mean, god damn, even that right... The 5 minutes, that would have just been like a 30% return. I'm still waiting for Meta here, man. I really feel like this is gonna Hulk Dick over high of day. Look at that, yeah. 5 minute, yeah. I think this 5 minute candle is gonna engulf the previous. And I'm looking at Tesla, Chatan. I'm watching it on the side here. I've got it on my watch list. Like for me, flying would be like if it went back to 128. If it closed green. That would be upsetting because that would have meant that like I would have missed out like on a $4 move by or almost $5. Yeah, $4 move, three or $4 move, by like 20 cents. I was just being stingy, man. And it's only because Tesla still has like it's just moved a more than decent amount the last 2 weeks. So I wanted to be like as conservative as possible on my entry. Come on, Meta. Let's get this. Let's get this high day. I want to get this out of the way. I want to get this done with. Or not? Did I say Meta or Tesla? Meta. Back to AMD. I think I was looking at 67 for an entry. 67.27 is where it pivoted from. Same thing. I was just being like a little bitch. I was scared. I thought it could go lower. But I'm still hopeful that Meta is gonna give us a moment. Oh boy. Can Meta give us another big green dick? Ugh. Oh, I feel like I need another cup of coffee. I'm trying to hold off though. I've already had one like a couple hours ago. I thought I used to need more sleep. I got up so early this morning. I think I woke up about 7. I was working at the bar last night until probably 12:30. I don't think I was in bed until 2. 5-6 hours of sleep, not enough. But I didn't want to sleep in too late. I wanted to catch the markets. It's funny when people say like they want to be a day trader. I would love to day trade. Watch me do it. Look how boring this is. Do you want to do this? Do you want to stare at 1 minute candles for an hour and 15 minutes? And potentially lose hundreds of dollars to make $50? I don't know. You tell me. Come on, we're getting close to 0.81. Great 0.81. I know you can do it. And as I see the 5 minute go over bot again. Let's just double check the 30 minute. I think the 30 minute's not. Oh yeah, no, 30. That's right. 30 minute is overbought. Right. And it's above its Bollinger Band. Strong breakthrough there. Remember Bollinger Band, the 1 minute's now at 158.7. So I mean I think it's very, very, yeah. I think we're gonna break high of day. That's where it's going. Come on, Mark Zuckerberg, give it to me. Give me the Zuck. I have no doubt in my mind that it's gonna break high of day. I mean, that's just from multiple times in the past of betting against a stock like Meta. Everything says it's overbought. Oh, it's pissed me off so much in the past. You know, I swear to God, like I've bought puts here and just watch it go shoot the fucking roof. And then it comes back down. If at all, it's just like I'm lucky to walk out of the profit. Like, you know, one of these movements. It's about not buying here. It's about buying here. That's where you want to buy your puts, and you get all of this action. So sometimes you just have to wait more than you feel comfortable with. Just wait. You know what? I'm gonna bet you $100. I'm gonna miss my entry. Maybe not. Oh no, I'm not. Oh no, I'm not. Oh no, I'm not. Look at that new high of day. We're waiting. Let's go to 136. Yeah, we broke past high of day, looks like. 0.83. Let's give it some more time. Let's let it cook. Let's let this brew a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's give it a little time. You know, 5-10 minutes. Let's let it try to get to 136, 136 and change. I'm saying like 136.2. It has to get to this point where it feels like, you know, you can just kind of feel like bears getting mad, you know. I feel like if I was a bear, you know, if I entered around here, 135.11, 136.2, I would start getting a little upset. I'd be like, no way, nothing, there's no way. You know, I'd be down like 30%. Oh, I'd be pissed. Like, I want to see this 5-minute candle here like close at like 136.12. That to me would be pushing it. Feels like we're due for another like big 1-minute candle up here coming. Oh. So Tom, did you ever get into Tesla calls today? Did you get in near like my about where I was trying to enter? I hope you did. That 125.20 entry or whatever, man, that was awesome. See, look at this. This is what I was expecting. It's 1-minute candle. You know, like a pullback from that Bollinger Band. Another push up. 5-minute is just going to get like way over pushed. Just overextend that 5-minute. Right? I want to see like one more close above. I want to see it touch 136.10 before I try the buy put. 136.2. I feel like that's possible. That would be like another push up. Like the 1 minute just kind of riding that Bollinger Band. I think that could happen. It would just need like to ride up a bit or just have like one more like big ass candle. Oh my god, come on. I don't want to waste any more time watching this, man. I think I'm just gonna set an alert on Facebook um for 163 too, but like I really want to go to the sauna. This is starting to feel like a job at this point. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set an alert. Alert from 136.2 or above is what I just put in my phone. I'm gonna give it just like 5 more minutes and see what happens in this candle. Oh my god. All right, this is so fucking boring. I'm off for the day. Well, not off, but I got my alert set up on my phone. And I'm just gonna go to the sauna. I'll have my phone on me. and I'll be ready to hit it if it dinks. You know, I'll buy put, but I won't be live with it. But live so far, I mean, we got $78, which is cool. So let's see, you know, if an opportunity has come up. There's still a few hours left in the trading day, but I don't want to waste too much time sitting here staring at it. So